All right, this will be the trade recap for Thursday, June 20th. So I'm actually still in a position, got about half of that left. I am long, stop at break even. I got along earlier at around 10, lost that. Had a quick scratch here for about 2 points loss, a little bit more than I wanted. I lost 3 points on that loss. And then right now we're currently in this long, scaled out at I think 4.75 and 5.75 points. And then the rest of this, I'm looking for a good amount more, like 8 to 12 points on those last three lots or break even. We'll just have to see. Um, so here's what I'm watching. I was watching this 5565 through 5560 level as support. I missed this move at open. I was waiting for some buying came in here, and I was simply waiting for a retest. That never happened. Um, there was a possible entry here, but I just wasn't comfortable with the risk at the time. I wanted to have a stop down here, and that retest obviously would have worked for the best entry all day. Um, but then on this retest, when selling finally started to come in, bring the market down a little bit, I looked to get long kind of at this previous consolidation range because I saw that price was now being supported there. So that's the reason I got long there. And then my scratch came right here on this candle. That's when I got in. Uh, big fake out by buyers. And then I got in again here on this current trade at 1013 when there was a failed break of this kilo. So let's get into the tape and see why I entered. And I'm just going to say now I do have a feeling that this is probably going to stop me out of break even. Now only about 2 points away at this point. And it sucks. I want to put it a little bit lower because price bounced right here. But I can't let three lots lose a couple ticks on me after taking profits because that'll just completely mess up my R multiple. So, entries. All right, I got in my first trade right at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So there's that buying it open off of that 5565 5560 key level, and here's price starts slowing down, eventually retests aggressively. Um, yeah. So, okay. Sorry. So aggressive selling is retesting these levels. This bid breaks. This bid breaks with aggressive selling, and more selling enters, but the price does not move down at all, and we get this reactive buying coming in. And along with that, if we look at the depth of market, there's also heavy selling here at the 7-1s through 6-9s. This is a screenshot from earlier. So there's heavy selling down here on the tape at this level. Broke this bid. You can see the selling too, and price isn't moving lower. Price bounces here react with some good reaction, and that was my signal to get in long. Got a little bit of run up on that. Eventually stopped out, and then got this aggressive push. Price looked like it was bouncing right off this level temporarily, so I got in for a quick scratch at. Let me see what time it was. I think it was 10:08, but I have to check. At 10:08. So there's not going to be anything on the tape really, because the what I saw was basically invalidated very quickly. So yeah, I think it was very aggressive selling. Got that reactive buying. As soon as this came in, I cut my losses short. And then let's get a look at our final entry, which I'm still in right now. Probably going to stop out soon. I got in at 1013. So I saw this watching this 5560 level. Why are we watching it? Previous all-time high right there. And then it rejected here before breaking. So I'm watching that. We break the level by a point down to 5559. Very aggressive selling, breaks the bid, and pretty similar, reactive buying, bringing the market back up right away. Price does not have time to do anything down here. Buyers just immediately buy that back up. And you can also see a low volume tail, not much is transacted down there. And then there was also some trap sellers on this setup too. It's not as prominent, but you can see there's just more selling on this delta column than buying. So I get in there and I hold my stop and nearly get stopped out a few times. This bid, however, continues. Okay, sorry. This bid reloaded after I entered, which was, I had already been in the trade, but it was added confirmation, and I wanted to see that bid hold. That bid did continue to hold there, even though it broke. Bid reloaded here, held, and price eventually bounced. And my stop was not far below this bid, which is not really the topic of this video, but it's why it's important to have stops where your thesis will be invalidated. Buying eventually came in off there. I also have another screenshot. When price was testing those lows, a lot of selling ended up loading in on the tape. This was eight or so minutes into me being in this trade, and there was all that selling loading in, and I'm already in this trade, so it's not an order confirmation, or an entry confirmation, but it adds to my confidence because I know that if price can move upwards, that a lot of sellers are going to be down here probably stopping out, and it could fuel a move higher. So that trade, or this trade, has kind of developed a little bit more once already being in it, and we're now getting very, very close to stop loss levels. I just gotta be patient. Either let this hit or hold for a break of that high a day. If somehow this tests or not high a day, but that, you know what I'm saying. If for some reason price gets up here before stopping me out and starts getting absorbed again and rejecting, I could look to get out some more early. But I have a feeling I'm just about to stop out anyway. Literally less than a point away. There's also a good chance that I get stopped out, and if my price would be right here 2 ticks lower, it would have held. But yeah, I'm trusting my plan. I'm gonna hold this stop. There it goes. Stop taking. All right, not the best day. I'm gonna be down a few points. Could have been up if I had some better execution, but can't be too mad about the day. Pretty solid. Okay, just a quick little update on what price ended up doing. So I got stopped out right here at 5561.50. If you look at the top of the screen right here, when I hover over this, the low of that candle was the exact price I got stopped out at. So what I was talking about here, if I would have held my stop, even just a tick lower, but if it would have been right there below this level, would have been fine. And then of course price went straight up to my 5570 target. I was targeting 5570, 5575. So Definitely would have scaled out. Probably two up, probably one up here and then one on this little move down. Had I still been in that, and probably would still have won at break even. Um, Unfortunate part of trading. You're never gonna get it right. There's other times when I probably would have moved my stop down here and price would have shot through, maybe stopping me out for an extra 2 ticks because of slippage or something like that, and I would have been pissed. So, is what it is. I chose to handle it the way I chose, followed my plan, can't be mad about it. Got to move on and survive to live or see another day, see another opportunity, and yeah, keep on trading. All right, this will be the next trade recap for Thursday, June 20th. I took a short here, skilled out like 5 out of 7 of my contracts at these levels down here, kind of in this range, and then got out down here, and my final contract down here. Trailing stop was hit. Next candle, price is down, or next two candles, price goes down another like 5-6 points. It is what it is. This was a scalp. I wasn't targeting a huge move. I wish I would have had a little bit more patience, maybe with one more contract, scaling out towards down here, but it is what it is. We'll get into the trade. So I was going to be done for the day after the morning bounce that I caught. Let me get some water. However, volume really picked up here on this move when the 5560 level broke and then acted as resistance. And this was the next level I was watching. Clear support right here. And this is a level that, if broken, I have a thesis that if this level can hold as resistance after being broken, there's a lot of opportunity for downside move. However, you also have to be careful of a failed break of this level, reclaim, and liquidity grab, catching a lot of trap sellers below these levels, pushing the market up. So it's all about watching how the market, how price and the order flow reacts to movement. So, price broke the key level, and at this point I was watching for a possible retest of this level to reject. Price retested here, started rejecting. At that point, buying was aggressive. There was no clear signs of selling on this retest. So at this point, I'm now kind of watching to see if some type of selling does step in, or if we can retest this level for a bounce. And when price broke, I stopped looking for like a short for a little bit at this point. I was just watching, and then based on what the tape showed me here, what I saw in the order flow, I had a thesis that price could possibly have a quick retest of this 5542 level, and then even possibly break that, and it's exactly what it did. Even broke low day, which I was not targeting. I was simply targeting let's see, I'm checking my notes real quick. Break of 4.6 through 4.4, so 4.6 through 4.4. I was targeting a break of this level into 3.6. So I was targeting right down here, near the low of days, and kind of like a break of this level. And it was a scalp. So I was being very patient and cautious. If I got in and my thesis was proven invalid, I would have quickly cut early. I, in fact, was ready to cut early at one point. But here's what I saw. So there was aggressive buying pushing up this key level. At this point, I'm not really looking to short because there's support so close. But after this, buying up here, price is now kind of far enough away from this next bounce level that if it looks like selling wants to retest, there's enough room for me to make money on that. And I'm just gonna see and wait. And if there's a sign of selling, I'll get in. If not, I'll just wait for something to develop. And that's the mindset you have to have. So there's this aggressive buying that breaks the ask right here at 5550. Binds, excuse me. But then there's selling reaction as this ask reloads. Then buying tests it again. This ask now defends, more ask loads in, more selling comes in. That's when I get in. And until this trade got to about down here, I had my finger on the close position button because this was a scalp and I was going in front of a possible liquidity grab, a possible just rip up from what could have been a liquidity grab right here and what might be one here, that type of move. So I had to be careful, and if that were to be the case, I would have to get out before letting my stop hit in this case. And this is also an afternoon trade, lower volume overall. There was a spike here, but then lower on this position portion of time. So yeah, that's just the mindset for this. As this trade develops, more ask loads in here. The bid eventually breaks at 4.6, which was key for this position or this trade to continue. And then eventually aggressive selling came in, kept pushing. Let's see. I'm gonna check when I got out. Got out fully at 105. So I got in for some of this aggressive selling, then price consolidated, and I missed out on all of this move. It sucks. I'm gonna be kind of pissed when I journal that and see that I missed out on like hundreds of bucks right there, but it is what it is. I was going for a scalp. I did get good exits for the most part. Being safe here, getting some, and then the other exits down here. So that puts me, I was down 2 points prior to that. Now I'm up about, I think 5. So I think I averaged about 6 or 7 points on that trade. I haven't done the calculation yet. But there is definitely room for a little bit more. All right. Lots of rambling. Apologies for that. Peace.